Your brothers with French. French was cool with Puff. When Puff gets out, are you going to the Diddy party?
We're going to get Puff. We're going to pick him up off the come out.
Yeah.
Shout to Diddy. That's bro. All right? Them devils worked it on him, but that is what it is. That's another topic. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Diddy big bro, we going to pick him up. Shout to King, shout to Justin. We picking bro up. And the ain't out here heard me scream some no Diddy, none of that. We don't do none of that. That's bro. We going to pick him up. Love. And I know he watching this. Al, what?
He's watching me in wherever he's at.
I
said
just
all
spoke
the
to
prisoners
Puff
are watching.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah? How's he doing?
Puff's doing great. All right? So he's on his way, working out, getting his shit up. Paul, we gonna be there for the bro. Whether y'all like it the fuck or not. All right?
Somebody out there's gonna hate on anything you do, great or bad.
I mean, look, if you don't got the hate, you ain't got the rate.
Yeah.
The hate is a part of the algorithm. When I read the comments, I need to see a balance. I don't want to see all fires and smiley faces. I want discussion. I want hating. I want talking about my mama. All type of shit. That just let me know I'm doing something right.
You want moms to get attacked?
I want cursing my moms out. I done did videos with my daughter. They cursing me out. They telling me all type of shit. I done heard everything. I'm not going to repeat some of the shit I heard on Instagram. But at the end of the day, I have tough skin. This is the business. I know what's going on. I love it. I appreciate every nick and cranny of this shit.
Okay, well now.
John Puffy Combs was supposed to have given money to Zip Martin to give to Mr. Davis for payment of the Tupac murder.
Nigga, what?
Fast forward, we go to Mr. Davis. He says he can rekindle that relationship with Mr. Zip Martin and get him to talk about the money that was given from Sean Puffy Combs to Mr. Martin that never got to Mr. Davis. Me, Detective Kading, ATF Jim Black, and Keefe D, Mr. Davis, flew to New York so Mr. Davis can work undercover to try to rekindle that friendship and business relationship with Zip.
Rat bastard!
Man, social media is getting messy because once you break this situation down, Max B has been quiet for a minute. Now he's stepping back into the spotlight, and from the way he's talking, it sounds like he wants Diddy back home soon. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has been making it clear he feels different. So now people are asking, could these two viewpoints turn into tension? And then the timing gets even crazier. Fresh out of the courtroom, reports started circulating about testimony from a detective who discussed the allegation that Diddy supposedly offered Keefe D money connected to Tupac's killing. That's a serious claim, and it has not been proven as fact, but people immediately started connecting it back to Max B, showing support for Diddy. So now the internet is looking at Max like, this is really who you want coming home. If you're new here or you've been rocking with the channel, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications. We gotta jump straight into this one because Max B has been quiet for a long time, and now that he's speaking again, everybody is watching. You heard? Max B came home and hit the ground running. I gotta keep it real, he wasted no time getting back to his bag. He's moving like somebody completely unbothered, enjoying his freedom, and he's even married now to the woman he met while he was locked up. He ain't hiding that either. If anything, Max seems more comfortable putting his personal life out there. And you can tell he's slowly figuring out exactly how powerful social media can be. And don't forget, 50 Cent was one of the first major names to jump out there with Max after his return. That feature helped put even more attention on him right out the gate. Max has consistently shown 50 love too, giving him his flowers whenever the conversation comes up. They linked up on No More Tricks, and at that point, everything looked smooth between them. But this is where things take a wild little turn, because now Max is publicly showing support for Diddy, while 50 Cent has been going in the complete opposite direction. And as Max gets more comfortable online, it looks like he's realizing social media can turn one quick statement into a whole controversy. I gotta play this for y'all, because this next part got people talking. Pay attention.
Comments, I need to see a balance. I don't want to see all fires and smiley faces. I want discussion. I want hating. I want talking about my mama. That just let me know I'm doing something right.
You want moms to get attacked?
I want cursing my moms out. I done did videos with my daughter. They cursing me out. They telling me all type of shit. I done heard everything. I'm not going to even repeat some of the I heard on Instagram. But at the end of the day, I have tough skin. This is the business. I know what's going on. I love it. I appreciate every nick and cranny of this shit. Keep it coming. Come on.
The haters, because somebody's always gonna have an opinion. Somebody's gonna always not like something you say, or somebody out there's gonna hate on anything you do, great or bad.
I mean, look, if you don't got the hate, you ain't got the rate.
Yeah.
The hate is a part of the algorithm.
So you can see it now, Max B is finally catching on to how this social media game works. He hasn't even been home that long, and already he's talking like somebody who understands the algorithm, the reactions, and the noise that comes with being back in the spotlight. He knows people are gonna love it, hate it, repost it, argue over it, and he seems ready for all of that. But then Max takes it somewhere people weren't expecting when Diddy comes up. That's where things get tricky, because Max B has a lot of love from fans, but that doesn't mean those fans feel the same about Diddy. So when Max goes public with that kind of support, people are naturally gonna have something to say. He isn't dancing around it either. He's making it clear that he wants Diddy free, and even says he'd be there to pick him up at the gate. So Max is standing on his position, no matter how the internet reacts. And look, people can support whoever they choose, but once you're a public figure, every statement gets picked apart. Max B once tweeted, "Don't tie me or my people to anything negative. We grown, we on positive vibes only."
So are you going to the Diddy party?
We're going to get Puff. We're going to pick him up off the come out.
Yeah.
Shout to Diddy. That's bro.
He's watching me in wherever he's at.
What? I
said
just
all
spoke
the
to
prisoners
Puff
are what?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah? How's he doing?
Puff's doing great. All right? So he's on his way, working out, getting his shit up. Paul, we gonna be there for the bro. Whether y'all like it or not, all right?
So Max B is making it clear he's not coming home just to tear Diddy down or throw dirt on anybody. He's trying to stay in his lane, keep the energy positive, and move like somebody who doesn't want drama. But here's where things get interesting, because everybody knows 50 Cent feels different about Diddy. Those two have been trading shots for years, and 50 has never hidden where he stands. No matter how people explain it, personal history, tension, business, or something else, the bottom line is simple. 50 does not seem to share Max B's support for Diddy. So now people are asking, could that difference create awkward energy between Max and 50? They're cool. 50 showed Max love early, and that's why this angle is getting attention. Then 50 jumped on Instagram when Diddy's name came up around the Keith D case. This part has to be handled carefully because we're talking about allegations, not proven facts. Reports about courtroom testimony revived claims that Diddy allegedly offered money connected to a plot involving Tupac's killing. Diddy has denied involvement in Tupac's death, and the claim remains disputed. Still, for 50 Cent, that story was enough to spark another post. So while Max B is saying, "Free Diddy," 50 is posting about the controversy making Diddy's name blow up again. Pay attention to what 50 put on his page, because this is where the situation gets messier. Man, this is where things get explosive, because 50 Cent is posting about Diddy while Diddy's name is being mentioned around the Keith D case and the Tupac murder allegations. And that raises a question for Max B. Does he want to step into the middle of something this controversial when he just got back outside and started rebuilding momentum? Because here's another angle people are noticing. French Montana has been connected to Diddy for years, but I haven't seen him publicly come out and say, "Free Diddy."
Sean Puffy Combs was supposed to have given money to Zip Martin to give to Mr. Davis for payment of the Tupac murder. Fast forward, we go to Mr. Davis. He says he can rekindle that relationship with Mr. Zip Martin and give him to talk about the money that was given from Sean Puffy Combs to Mr. Martin that never got to Mr. Davis.
That's what makes Max B's position stand out even more. French seemed to keep his distance from the public conversation when everything started unfolding, and he wasn't out there giving interviews or making loud statements about the situation. From what I could find, he hasn't publicly pushed that message the way Max is doing now. So when Max B jumps online and openly supports Diddy, people are naturally going to compare that with French Montana staying quieter. Does that seem strange to anybody else? I'm not saying it proves anything, but the contrast is definitely noticeable. I looked around, searched it up, and I couldn't find French Montana making that same kind of public statement. Meanwhile, Max B is saying it with his chest, and that's exactly why this conversation is getting so much attention right now. I searched everywhere, and I still couldn't find French Montana publicly coming out and saying, "Free Diddy." So now I gotta ask, is this really the lane Max B wants to step into? Or does he understand that saying something like this is automatically gonna make people talk? Because since coming home, Max hasn't exactly flooded the streets with new records. That huge welcome home wave was strong at first, but now the attention feels different. And maybe that's part of the bigger picture. The music game has changed completely. Artists aren't relying only on records anymore. They're doing podcasts, live streams, interviews, social media clips, anything that keeps their name moving. Max is starting to understand that world, and one statement about Diddy can travel further online than a new song sometimes. But here's what makes it interesting. How does 50 Cent look at all this? Because shortly after Max showed that support, 50 was back online posting about Diddy and the Keith D case. I'm not saying one post was necessarily aimed at Max, but knowing the history between 50 and Diddy, people are naturally going to connect those dots. Could there be some private disagreement between 50 and Max, even if neither one ever says it publicly? And Max has another issue to think about. Diddy's name has been mentioned in allegations surrounding Tupac Shakur's killing, allegations that remain disputed and should not be treated as proven fact. Tupac is one of the most beloved figures hip-hop has ever had, so attaching yourself to that conversation can bring serious backlash fast. That's why I'm asking, is Max B taking an unnecessary risk with his image? Or is he simply standing behind somebody he personally supports? And again, have any of you actually seen French Montana publicly say, "Free Diddy"? Because I searched for it, and I couldn't find the same kind of statement Max is making. That's the part that makes this whole situation even more interesting. But here's another angle nobody is really talking about: the difference between loyalty and strategy. Max B spent years away from the outside world, and during that time, the entire hip-hop business changed. Back then, an artist could disappear for a while, drop a record, and let the music speak. Today, every opinion becomes content. Every live stream gets clipped, and one sentence can become bigger than the actual song you're promoting. So Max is walking into a completely different game now. And when you've been away that long, the people around you matter even more. Managers, labels, friends, artists, everybody has their own relationships and history. Max might look at Diddy from one personal angle, while 50 Cent looks at him through years of public tension. Those two things can exist at the same time without Max automatically choosing sides in somebody else's beef. And that's why I don't think the biggest question is whether 50 gets mad. The bigger question is whether Max understands how quickly fans can define his whole comeback by one controversial statement. He waited years to get back outside. People wanted the music, the wave energy, the old Max B personality. Now suddenly, instead of everybody talking about his next project, they're debating who he supports. That's a dangerous little switch in attention, because once the internet gives you a label, getting people focused on the music again can be harder than people think. Max has a real opportunity right now. New listeners discovering him, old fans checking back in, younger artists showing respect. So every move carries more weight than it did before. And there's another piece to this. Max B doesn't need anybody else's controversy to stay relevant. His own story is already huge. The comeback, the years away, rebuilding relationships, making new music, that's enough content by itself. So if he keeps stepping into these heavyweight conversations, people are going to wonder whether that's just Max being Max, or whether he's learning that controversy gets clicks fast. And this is where Max B has to decide what kind of comeback he really wants. Because right now, everybody is watching him. The old fans remember exactly what he brought to the game, but a whole younger generation is meeting Max for the first time through clips, interviews, and social media. That means every move he makes is helping shape this new chapter. And personally, I think Max is in a position where he doesn't even need to chase controversy. His story already speaks for itself. He came home after years away. People showed him major love. Artists welcomed him back. And now he has a real chance to remind everybody why his name carried so much weight in the first place. That's bigger than becoming another name caught inside somebody else's internet war. At the same time, Max has always moved differently. He's gonna say what he feels, and clearly he isn't scared of people disagreeing with him. Maybe that's all this is. Maybe he supports Diddy on a personal level and doesn't care how the internet takes it. But once you make those statements publicly, especially around something this sensitive, people are gonna judge it, clip it, repost it, and connect it to every relationship around you. So now I want to hear from y'all. Do you think Max B should stay focused on the music and leave situations like this alone? Or do you respect him for speaking exactly how he feels? And do you think his support for Diddy could ever create tension with 50 Cent? Or are people making something out of nothing? Get down in the comments and let me know how y'all see it. Smash that like button, subscribe to Dripzine, and make sure those bell notifications are turned on so you don't miss the next story. We got plenty more coming. Salute.
Puff gets out, or are you going to the Diddy party?
We're going to get Puff. We're going to pick him up off the come out.
Yeah.
Shout to Diddy. That's bro.
He's watching me in record, wherever he's at.
What? I
said
just
all
spoke
the
to
prisoners
Puff
are what?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah? How's he doing?
Puff's doing great. All right? So he's on his way, working out, getting his shit up. Paul, we going to be there for the bro. Whether y'all like it or not. All right?
John Puffy Combs was supposed to have given money to Zip Martin to give to Mr. Davis for payment of the Tupac murder.
Nobody's better than me. Fuck no. I sing better. I look better. I dress better. I got the better hooks. I got the better bars. I'm loopy. Come on, let's go. Next question.
Is that why Jim Jones doesn't like you? I mean, didn't you gave him his biggest record?
I mean, listen, there was a lot of things that led to our fallout, but I'm on new time now. I'm a father of 4 children. I'm a husband. And I want to see everybody win these days. I'm not with no drama. I love to see everybody win, right? I'm not with none of that, Lee. So shout to Capo, shout to the crew. I want to see y'all win.
So would there ever be a Jim Jones and then Max B collaboration?
If it makes money, it makes sense. If it don't make money, it's gossip, it's internet juicy gossip. So today we have 8/17/26. And I just want to give a shout out to the magnificent forefathers that manufactured this Constitution, okay, and allowed a fine convicted felon who is now a pedestrian U.S. citizen to obtain his U.S. passport. And now, Max Biggerbell can travel from state to state, city to city, country to country. Third world, the third motherfucking world. And I might even fly over that Antarctica wall, because I'm feeling motherfucking good. We outside. Got your back, champ. Content daddies in the building. Oh, goodness. Life is great. And the National Bigger is in the building. Hit up the email, hit my nigga Black up, hit the bookings up. We outside. I can get there. Ow.
Passport there. Hey.
You gotta put the
I saw on Instagram you met Karen Civil.
She just was a crash out. They ran out the BET Awards. They chased out the building.
Security was not chasing Karen Civil backstage at the BET
They chased out the stairs. Come here.
Let me ask you this, then I'm not going to speak on Orlando. Let me ask you something about yourself. There was a rumor that Tupac had knocked you out one time.
I'd have killed him.
That would have been your response if that happened.
Yeah, I'm being honest with you and everybody else. I said it on my podcast show. Him, Suge, and my brother. I'd have shot all 3 of them if he touched me.
Why
That's how I was living.
Why is that?
That's what I was back then.
And so,
Whenever you're ready.
thank you, Your Honor. Mr. McDonald, it's fair to say that you're here because of a court order. Is that right?
Correct.
That you didn't volunteer to come or anything like that?
Not at all.
Okay. But you were instructed by a court that you had to attend.
Yes.
At the time you live in Compton, you go back to Compton, and you tell us that there was a lot of tension. Was there? Can you describe that for us when you went back in terms of what kind of tension we're talking about?
You sure you want me to answer that?
Is it going to be graphic?
No, I ain't gonna. I got to raise the word in it, but you asking me a question. I don't. And what I explained to them, I don't want to send him to prison.
Sure.
Even though we don't like each other.
Sure.
I don't want to send you to prison. So that's why I'm here where I'm at and where I am, because I've changed my life. I'm raising my grandkids, teaching them never to be like their papa. And here I am explaining to people what I used to be, and I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all. And you asking me questions that can hurt him. And like I told them, I'm trying to avoid to answer the questions that they might look at me and say something is wrong.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me help you out with this.
Okay.
So these people right here, what they want to know from you is, did you see who shot Tupac?
I told you no.
Correct. So outside of that question, right, the next question I'm asking you is, when you went back to Compton, was it like a Southside Crip that shoots a Pyro Blood, and then a Pyro Blood shoots a Southside Crip? Is that the tension that we're talking about?
Do I answer this?
That's a straightforward question. It's a yes or no answer.
Okay.
Did you see that?
When I was a part of that life, I was a part of that.
Once again.
And I was, no, because you asking something that's gonna hurt this dude. And when okay, let me stop.
And once again, I want to emphasize.
When we got back to Compton,
Okay.
it was a gang war. People were getting hurt.
Okay.
People was being sought. People were looking for certain individuals from his neighborhood,
Okay.
as well they did mine.
Okay.
But Orlando, him, and certain other people were being sought because people wanted to kill them.
Sure. Were they the only ones that they wanted to kill?
Am I the only one up in here? No, they weren't the only one.
Okay.
It's his neighborhood in particular.
That's right.
But they were the main subjects of a gang war. They was in the middle, such
Sure.
as me.
So you're telling us that people back home somehow had some type of information that said that guy, as a bunch of other people, were involved in what?
In the murder of Tupac.
Okay. But my question to you.
Stop.
Can you focus on me for a second?
Yeah, I will.
And I apologize. I just want to make sure that we're clear, okay, for these people. In terms of that information, none of those people were there, right?
What people you be speaking on? The people that was already in the neighborhood, or the people that left Las Vegas that same night Tupac was shot to go home, bear their arms, and go to somebody else's neighborhood
Right.
to look for somebody. They had to pay it back.
So once again, my question to you is that the information that I'm asking about is the people that back home, you're saying were eyewitnesses to this?
How could people back home be eyewitnesses to something that happened in Vegas? No, that's not what I'm saying.
The people that were here in listen to my question, sir. The people that were here in Las Vegas, you're telling me, were eyewitnesses to what happened and went back home. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, the people that was at
Just
662.
answer my question, sir. Yes or no?
I can't
Is it
answer
a yes
that
or no?
without a what you call it. You trying to tell me to say something that you're not going to understand. If you let me explain to you.
No, answer my question.
I'm not answering nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. McDonald, focus for a second.
I am focused, very.
Focus on this. My question to you is this. You didn't know what happened that night because you weren't there.
I was at 662.
Right. Do you know who that was there?
I know everybody that was there.
Okay. Like who?
Talk to your lawyer, man. This dude is tripping. I'm not going to explain that. I can't answer that. Like I explained to everybody in here. You ask me something, I'm going to be honest about. You ask me something I don't want to talk about, you're going to have a problem. Treat me as a hostile witness. You're not going to talk to me and tell me as a grown man what I have to do up here. I'm not going to send him to prison. You are.
So the accusation now is because of the fact that we're trying to ask you questions, you're blaming it on me.
You asking me questions. If I just like answer your questions, we gonna have a problem in here, a misunderstanding. And
I had a talk last night, and you were kind of grousing about people who were testifying that aren't telling the real story. Would you explain to our viewers, please?
Oh, first of all, my opinion, Tupac was the most incredible person you can have as a friend, as a brother, and still today, his morals. Number one, all these guys perjuring themselves on the oath. Number one, James never worked for me, never was head of security for me, and I can see he's a little bitter because Tupac put him on his pockets before. But the most important thing to this is that they're not coming in to get the truth. Everybody knows he's an FBI informant. Everybody knows he's a rat. So why we gotta act like he's gonna tell the truth? Don't Keefy D and James.
So hold on, I just want, you're saying that James McDonald, the guy who testified, said that he worked for Death Row Records, talked about what he saw that night. You're saying he did not work for you at all?
No. Now he might have been at the club hanging out trying to hustle people and not putting the guy down or nothing like that. But he's an informant. He didn't work for me. If he would work for me, he would have had a Death Row chain. He would have had a ring. You would have seen him in pictures around us hanging out. No. One other thing is very important. It's time for a change. You have people who've been talking to me like Universal for doing a movie or documentary to get all the information from my side, because I am Death Row, to talk about Death Row. Now they want to do with Snoopy, which I'm going to sue the shit out of him, because you have a lawyer that David Kenner gave all my files to and gave it to him to use my stuff. So it's very important that people always, these guys at Universal who's trying to do these things at one-on-one, stop making people deal with street justice. We should be grown enough to deal with regular justice.
So wait, are you saying you're going to sue Universal, or you're going to sue Snoop?
Well, Snoop is nobody, but I'm going to sue Universal for taking my personal stuff. That's like when you look at it, Harvey, how is it every company that's way worse than the Death Row catalog sells for $300 million, $400 million. They offer me $700 million, but then they go and get it for $25 million. The same people who did the default judgment against me. It's crazy.
Sean Puffy Combs was supposed to have given money to Zip Martin to give to Mr. Davis for payment of the Tupac murder. Fast forward, we go to Mr. Davis. He says he can rekindle that relationship with Mr. Zip Martin and get him to talk about the money that was given from Sean Puffy Combs to Mr. Martin that never got to Mr. Davis.
And did you guys, or Mr. Davis, come up with a plan to get leverage on Mr. Williams, Zip? What was the idea?
Me, Detective Kading, ATF Jim Black, and Keefy D, Mr. Davis, flew to New York so Mr. Davis can work undercover to try to rekindle that friendship and business relationship with Zip.
And when Mr. Davis goes in to, do you remember the name of the club?
It's called the Zip Code in Harlem.
Does he in fact meet with Zip?
Zip, he did, but from what we gathered from Mr. Davis told us, he passed him off to his nephew, meaning Zip passed him off to his nephew to do business with him. Zip had cancer or something like that. He was sickly. He said he wasn't in the business no more, something like that. So it didn't work.
So he was unable to reestablish a business relationship and do a drug deal with Zip so that you would have leverage to then talk to Zip about what Mr. Davis
Objection, Your Honor, leave.
I'm just confirming the information you just provided. What?
You're just confirming that the information that you just were provided is what?
I'm just confirming the information that he just testified to.
So then, overruled. You may answer.
Yes, he couldn't rekindle the relationship.
And so you come back from New York.
Yes.
At some point, does the LAPD establish whether or not LAPD officers were involved in the murder of Mr. Wallace?
We found out that there was not any police officer involved.